Hi! So this will be our last topic for this week. Problems involving factors of polynomials. So this time you are going to apply all the factoring techniques that you have learned. I hope you have learned them. Because if you are going to solve the different problems, you are going to recall, you do not have to make confused of the type of factoring techniques that you are going to use. But before we proceed with problem solving, let us have a review. I have here, you are going to factor x squared minus 81. So you are going to determine what kind of factoring technique you are going to use here. Yes, you're right. You are going to factor this using the technique in factoring the difference of two squares. Because as you have noticed, we have here binomial, and the first term and the second term has the perfect squares or are perfect squares. Therefore, you are going to factor this out. You are going to have two binomials, one positive and one negative. So, I will give you 5 seconds to have the factors of this. Okay, so let's have your answer. So yes, your factors here will be x plus 9 times x minus 9. Okay, for our next example, let us have x squared plus 18x plus 81. What do you think is the factoring technique that you are going to use here? Yes, you have here trinomial. So yes, you can use here quadratic trinomial or PST because it is a trinomial. It is also under the perfect square trinomial because the first term is a perfect square, the last term 81 is a perfect square, and if you are going to find for the square root of the first term and the last term, multiply it by 2, the middle term is 18x. Okay? So, I will give you again 5 seconds to have your factors of the given trinomial. So, for us to have the answer, let us have x plus 9 times x plus 9 if you are going to apply quadratic trinomial. Or if you are going to apply the PST, the rules in factoring PST, you will have here x plus 9 in quantity square. Okay? They are the same because if you are going to apply the law of exponent here, 2x plus 9, so we have here x plus 9 in quantity square. Okay? Next, let us have x squared plus 2x minus 24. Yes, you're right. You will not use here PST because as you have seen, the last term is negative 24. PST has always the last term which is positive and 24 is not a perfect square. So obviously, it is a quadratic trinomial. But since we have here x squared only, so the value of your a here is equal to 1. So, let us have the factors of x squared plus 2x minus 24. Okay, so the factors will be x plus 6 times x minus 4. Okay? So, have you brightened your mind on the different kinds of factoring techniques that we have before? Okay? So, since you have your clear understanding on the different types of factoring techniques, so let's now move, yes, in problem solving. Oh, do not afraid. Because once you have learned all the factoring techniques, it is very easy for you to have problem solving. Okay? So, you do not lose hope. Okay? Let us have the examples. For our example 1, so let me read this. During the quarantine period, because of pandemic, you help your father make a vegetable plot that has an area of x squared minus x plus 12 square feet. What should be the measure of the length and the width of the plot that you have made? Can you give the measure of the length and the width? What previous topic was related to this problem or situation? Okay? So, on the given problem, the area of the vegetable plot that you have made with your father is x squared minus 8x plus 12 square feet. So, yes, we are going to apply factoring quadratic trinomials here. Correct. So, you are going to relate this using the formula in finding the area of rectangle. Then, you are going to factor this out to find the length and the width. Okay? So, what should be the factors of x squared minus 8x plus 12? Okay? So, you may express the length and the width in binomial form. So, you will have here x minus 6 times x minus 2 feet. Okay? Or, you have here x minus 6 feet by x minus 2 feet. Okay? So, if you are in grade 9, you may have your value of x here so that you can find for the real measure. But since our topic for this video is all about problems on factoring techniques or involving polynomials, so you will just have x minus 6 times x minus 2 as your answer. Okay? So, let us have example 2. The area of a square handkerchief is x squared minus 12x plus 36 square units. What is the measure of its side? So, since you have given a square handkerchief, you are going to recall what kind of factoring technique does it involve. Since it's square, and if you're going to recall, PST is equivalent to the square of binomial. Therefore, you may have here to factor x squared minus 12x plus 36. Since it is under PST, so you may have here x, yes, minus 6 in quantity square. So, therefore, each side is having the measure of x minus 6. So, the side of your handkerchief is x minus 6 units. Okay? Any question? Okay, so let's have the third example. The area of a rectangular field is 9x squared plus 18x plus 8 square meters. What are the possible length and width of the field? So, you are going to express again the length and width in factored form. So, we have here, what should be the factors? We have here, okay, so let us try 3x times 3x so that you can have the factors of the first term. And then the factors of 8, let us try 4 and 2. And since we have here positive, so both your binomial factors will be positive. So we have here 3x times 3x is 9x squared. Then 4 times 2 is 8. Then the middle term, let us check. 4 times 3x is 12x. Then the extremes, we have 3x times 2 is 6x. So 12x plus 6x is 18x. Therefore, you have the correct factors. 3x plus 4 times 3x plus 2. So, therefore, your length will be 3x plus 4 meters and your width will be 3x plus 2 meters. Okay? Is there any question? Okay, so I hope you understood. So, let's do this. Solve the following problems. So, number 1, your computer teacher asks you to find the dimensions of the monitor whose area is 40x squared minus 38x minus 5 square centimeters. What are the dimensions? So, I will give you the hint. It is under the topic of factoring quadratic trinomial where a is greater than 1. Okay? So, just pause this video and then factor. As we proceed, let us have number 2. The volume of an open box is x cubed minus 27 cubic centimeters, and its height is x minus 3 centimeters. What is the area of its base? So for the hint, it is under the topic of factoring the difference of two cubes. Okay? Pause this again and factor this out. To proceed, let us have number 3. A square rice field has an area of 36x squared plus 60x plus 25 square centimeters. What is the side of the field? The topic here is factoring a perfect square trinomial. Pause again this video and solve this or factor this. Okay, so as you have practiced yourself on how you are going to factor the given situation, you have factored out the given polynomials in the given problems or situations. So let us now have here, I can do this. Solve the following problems, and let us have number 1. Mr. Descaliar wanted to test if his students have the capability of using construction tools. He divided the class into 5 groups and instructed them to assemble a small rectangular table. The table should have an area of 72x squared plus 7x minus 2 square feet. What should be the dimensions of the table? For number 2, the total surface area of a cube is 96x squared plus 144xy plus 54y squared. Express the total surface area in factored form. For number 3, the dimensions of a triangle are 20x squared plus 60x plus 8 centimeters, 3x squared minus 10x plus 6 centimeters, and 2x squared minus 10x plus 2 centimeters. Express the perimeter in factored form. Okay? So, apply what you have learned on your previous lesson on your grade 7 topics. Okay? So, you have to remember that in solving problems involving factors of polynomials, you are going to read and analyze the given situation or problem. After that, you are going to apply the rules in factoring general trinomials, or relate the problem with some other topics you have discussed, especially in finding area of some figures. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.